Hello, my astounding Aquarius. This is Brandy with Fates of Three Tarot, and thank you guys so much for being here with me. I am doing a singles love read today. We'll find out what the cards have to say about all of that. I want to take a quick moment out, though, to say a great big shout out to each and every one of you as our channel continues to grow. The messages are starting to get out there more and more, and that isn't always easy on YouTube. Those videos can fall off a cliff of infinity and never be seen again. So huge shout out. Please continue to like, share, comment, subscribe, and thank you. We are so excited. We're starting off with attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. Sounds like you need to get out there and start living life a little bit, Aquarius. We'll find out. I'm trying to check my view, make sure you can kind of sort of see stuff. Maybe try not to adjust you too much, too quick, or whatever. All right. We'll call that one good. Well, let's see what the cards have to say. Of course, you will hear me say he, she, they, them, king, queen. It is an energy I'm picking up on, masculine or feminine, not necessarily the gender involved in this situation, right? If this does not resonate, please leave it on the table. Do not try to make a story your own that is not. Starting off with the Tower and the past energies. Okay. If you want more clarity or just looking for a message that actually resonates more with what's your own story, then you may want to check some of your other placements, such as your moon, your rising, your north node, your Venus. Of course, we hope we resonate, but these are general energies I am picking up on. Past energy for Aquarius, please. And so it could be for any multitude of people. I do try to give a few different storylines when they do appear. And the sun. Ooh, okay. Present from past going into present is your sun energy of that living, the attraction, enjoying this moment fully, going out there and expressing your life and love and everything else. Present to future, please. Thank you. We've got the Nine of Pentacles. Oh, standing strong in that single energy with that Nine of Pentacles. Alrighty. So you had some kind of major disruption in the past. This could be recent past, far past. Sometimes I can get a clearer view on that, and sometimes I can't. But it caused you a lot of heartbreak, heartache, tears. The sun is that happy energy, that glow. It's almost like you're finding your path again after this sudden disruption. It's like, okay, this is what's going on now. I've got to deal with it, adjust, and we're going to move forward. And I'm going to be happy again. I'm not going to stay in that energy of, ugh, just this again, or the same old, same old. This is the bliss, the fulfillment, the vitality, confidence, joy. It can also speak of a rebirth because this baby on this horse is naked and it's like, hello, I'm here. It's a victorious card. Of course, the Nine of Pentacles, you've invested in yourself. You're taking better care of yourself physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally. The pentacles are growing. You can do this on your own. You don't absolutely need somebody with you, right? This is very single energy with this Nine of Pentacles. Excuse me. But it's also, it's that material security, self-sufficiency, definitely a success, right? Then we go into this Seven of Pentacles, which is the center of your spread. Present into future, please. Present into future. Aquarius. Thank you. Oh, that one went flying. Oh, there's that Ten of Swords. Blech. That is not the card we like seeing, but it does have to happen on occasion. All right? Through life's experiences, there are going to be ups and downs. And this Ten of Swords is definitely going to be one of those downer points, right? Then we have this Five of Swords following that. Ten of Swords is the betrayals. It's how many times do I have to be stabbed in the back? The lies, the deception, the deceit. It is failure. It can go into someone starting to feel bitter. It's kind of interesting that the Sun and the Ten of Pentacles are right there. It's like they're fighting each other, placing each other, being placed right there next to each other in a spread. But it is like a dead end, being exhausted. But it is a 10, so it's a completion of that cycle. It's moving on. It's let's get this going because I'm done with this cycle. I'm done dealing with this. Future for Aquarius, please. Oh, and we have 3 that came out. And I'm hearing I'm going to need this deck. So I'm just going to set it right here and find out. We've got the Empress showing, the 3 of Cups. That's a reunion or get together, joy, happiness. Can be like night out with the girls, night out with the guys. Um, and the Ace of Pentacles. And I'm going to kind of put it sideways because it was in the reverse on the table. So this is like a new beginning. The Ace of Pentacles. It's a solid, reliable offer. Stable. Okay. This Five of Swords, for me, it is the is it worth the battle card. And, I know that that's not a common thing for it for those that watch tarot a lot. But, the Five of Swords, it's like he's gloating. He's got these 3 swords in his hand and he can, the other 2 people in this card have walked away from this situation. They're like, we're going to go out, live our lives. They just set their swords down. They laid them down and walked away. Okay. This one's like gloating. He's got like this grin of, I have done it. I've achieved it. I've beaten him down. And, you know, it is very much for me like a, almost a winning at all cost, but it's not. It's like, was it worth the battle? Is this something that was even worth fighting for? Okay. So this, especially the way I'm interpreting it in this moment, the feeling I'm getting off of it is, was it worth this battle that you're that's coming into your future, Aquarius? Is this something you really want to stand your ground on? It can also be arguments, disputes, intimidation, being bullied, that sort of thing as well. Of course, this Empress is beautiful energy for your future, and I'm glad it's sitting here because it's 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 looking like you're still in a turmoil, and it's you're definitely ready to be done with whatever this is, right? And this was sudden knowledge that came in, right? And it puts you in this independent mode. So most likely it is a breakup or you found out some kind of information that was devastating to you emotionally. The tears, the grief, the crying. And you're like, I can do this. I can be happy on my own. There's that independent energy. Do I want to continue investing in this situation? This Seven of Pentacles, though, that is my normal interpretation of it. Do I want to invest in this situation? I've been watering this, fertilizing it, growing it. I may not like how the flowers look when they bloom. Okay. Well, the thing of it is, this is also a strategy and planning card. This is, talking about your rewards, your harvest, as you're diving into your self investment. This could be people noticing and saying, "Hey, you're looking really good over there, Aquarius. You're doing things, it's accomplishments and being noticed for those accomplishments. But it's also growth and patience and planning. Okay. So this is I'm definitely looking that you are looking towards your future with these 2 cards. It's like, okay, where do I want my life to be now? We tried this other route and this other route wasn't working, so go out. I'm gonna be happy, I'm gonna do my own thing, and I'm gonna sort where I want to be next. But unfortunately, either you're going to start diving into your self care and start healing from these wounds, or that 10th sword's coming in. All right. This Empress, she is growth, prosperity, fertility. She's everything around her is blooming. She knows her worth. She knows her value. She is sitting on top of the world, you might as well say, even though not literally in this card. But she's beautiful, sensual, creative, very intuitive, very abundant, usually getting more in tune back to the roots of nature, animals, having pets, or you may do some volunteer work with pets, is what I was going to say, which is unusual for me to say with the Empress energy, but we'll find out. We're going to dive all into this. I just want to kind of give an overview of what we're looking at. And then we have a celebration. This could be a coming together card as well, but this is definitely happiness, celebration. It's a get together, joy. And in some cases, this can be getting together to, each person has a cup when you have 3 people I mean, 3 people. Let's hope we're not dealing with 3 people, unless that's your groove. If that's your groove, then hey, I'm all for it. You do your thing, baby. When you have each person giving their love cup, right? They they pour from each other's cups into this center cup, and that's the combination of this healthy relationship is this middle cup. And in some cases, that's what this can be referring to. That's why it's so important that when you're giving your love cup, that it is full of all the best stuff. Your self-confidence, self-assuredness, not lies and deceit and fear, anxiety. And you know what? I know a lot of us suffer with anxiety. I get it. But we still have to put the best of us. We have to work on what's causing those triggers, what's causing that anxiety, and get it, flushed out of the system as much as we can. Heal from it so that we can bring the best version of us. All right, let's dive into this. Enough of Brandy's words of wisdom over here. Aquarius singles, I'm not seeing dramatically somebody coming into your future quickly, but that may change as this is going on. Like I said, this is looking like a heartbreak to me. Somebody ripped your heart out, broke everything down below a foundation with this tower, except your own foundation. You were left standing on your feet. Tell me about the. I'm gonna put these two together. Tower and 3 of hearts, please. 3 swords, excuse me. 3 of hearts. Why do I keep doing that lately? The Hierophant. All right, this is a commitment. Yeah, it's a learning experience. This can be teacher, religious beliefs, going with the flow of things, conformity. There we go. That's what I was going. Um, but it's knowledge. Again, I think some information came to your attention, and it probably put an end to this situation. 2 of Cups. Yeah, I do believe so. You, this may have been a committed relationship as far as even a marriage. This is somebody that you have very strong ties to, most likely with this 2 of Cups. But this is also a choice card. This is a love, do I want to share this cup with you? Do you want to share your cup with me? Because it takes 2, right? You can be as far gone over somebody as you choose to be. Well, sometimes it's not a choice. But anyway, if they're not interested and they're not putting forth effort, then it's not going to work, right? It takes 2 people putting in effort to make a relationship work. And really putting in that effort. I don't mean, hey, blah, 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 2 cents here, 5 ticks there, and someone else is carrying the load of everything. But this is unity coming together. So in this situation, this would be separation, imbalance of a situation, which is kind of what I was talking about. Um, Bad communication is Hierophant. Like I said, this is like unconventional. This tower is breaking into this committed relationship, and it's causing this 3 of Swords, right? Heartbreak, heartache, grief, crying. 3 of Swords is not a good card either in this. You've got 2 of the heaviest cards on me. When I am doing readings, these 2 are some of the heaviest energies for me. So I'm going to try and bounce back out of them because we have such beautiful energy surrounding it. Tell me about this sun, please. Tell me about the sun. Sun, 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 the Hanged Man. Yeah, finding your direction again. Looking at things from various angles. How do I want to handle this? Oh, there's 2 cards sitting there. Sorry about that. Oh, Page of Pentacles. There we go. Page and this Ace, for me, they are right around the same type of an energy. This is, where do I want my world to be? How do I want my world to look? And you're thinking about it with this Hangman energy. But it's making you happy. Because it's like, you know what? I can do anything I want to do now. What do I want to do now? I've done this. I know this isn't going to work. So now I have this my next chance is here. What do I want my world to look like? with this Page of Pentacles. This can also be, pages for me are usually messengers coming in, text, email, phone calls, that sort of thing. Excuse me. And so it could be somebody coming in and saying, hey, Aquarius, I noticed you kind of don't have that ring anymore. Okay, I kind of noticed that you don't have that person standing next to you anymore. I want to give you your world, right? Sometimes when we've gone through these heartbreaks, heartaches, that attention will help, even if it's not something we're going to pursue. I don't know if you're going to pursue that or not, if that is the case. Um, if it, if it, if I need to, if I feel I need to, I'll dive further into that here in a little bit. But just that attention and that all of a sudden, oh, your shoulders go back. Somebody's noticed me. That self confidence goes up that notch again because here you are with this rejection. And it's like, oh, yeah, I am desirable. I am worthy. Sometimes, even though a very self confident person, when they get downtrodden, it can very much be a situation of, hey, that helps boost us right back up and remind us who and what we are. Because it does. Everyone goes through this stuff, right? Just because you have a setback for a few days, you lift up the next day and you get to going again. That's how it has to work. Otherwise, we stay down in those trenches for way too long, beating ourselves up. All right, Nine of Pentacles, please. Nine of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles. Oh, thank you. Five of Cups. Okay. Now, this card is usually, mourning, sorrow, depression. It's, looking, staring at these three cups and all this effort, all this time. And again, we have two cards sitting there. Wow. I don't ever do that. I don't ever have two cards come out like that twice and not realize I have two cards come out. Ever. All right. So, anyway, in this deck, she's no longer in this mourning cycle, right? She knows that time that was put in, the effort, but she also knows those lessons that she learned going through all of that. And it's helping her decide how she wants her world to look. Again, masculine, feminine energy does not necessarily depict gender. All right? This could be a man. Dude, this could be you going through it. And you're like, look, I learned my stuff. I'm ready to move forward. Because she's contemplating. She's no longer staring at these. She hasn't turned around yet. She's not ready. She's in this independence energy, right? Or he's in this independent. In this card, it's a female. All right. Um, she's contemplating. She's looking off into the distance. She's no longer mourning these three spilled cups. She hasn't quite gotten to the point of actually wanting to turn around and see two cups. All right. And this Seven of Cups is talking about choices. Can also be illusions, fantasies. But I do believe that you've got choices sitting out there. And this may be you're out there playing the field, doing your thing, which is, hey, you do your thing. It's your life, you live it, baby. Um, this is and saying that there's a multitude of choices out there, but none of them are striking your interest enough to even think about, sure, picking up one of these love cups, right? You're just out there doing your thing. But this is checking, it's choices. You're in this independence mode and you're handling your shit, right? And Seven of Cups is searching for purpose card as well. You're trying to find your way. Figure out what direction you want to go with this planning energy behind it as well. Tell me about this Seven. Thank you. Four of Pentacles. Yeah. And see, in this deck, it is a miser energy. It's holding, you're holding that, your heart. Those boundaries are up around your heart, your emotions, right? Because in this deck, these two pentacles are out of reach. They have been lost. Okay. Some type of investment. They are bent, they are broken, no longer of any kind of use. But she's also, if you notice, the bench that she sits on has a pentacle built into it. So this is somebody that has life experience, has learned lots of lessons. When those towers happen, this person does not fall below that certain point, right? They are secure in their base. All right. And she's like, okay, I'm good on my own. I know this. I've been doing this. Been down this road before. This isn't my first rodeo. But I've got this one pentacle and I'm clinging it to my chest because I'm going to be very careful where I invest it. It's going to be somebody worth investing in or something worth investing in. In this case, it's someone. It's going to be the right person. And until that right person comes along, those boundaries are going to stay high. And yeah, I feel like you're going to be doing your own thing, baby. And there's nothing wrong with that. Whatever anybody, I mean, people aren't going to approve of certain behaviors, but you know what? You live your life, you do your thing. Ten of Swords, please. Ten of Swords, Ten of Swords. So I'm seeing a lot of independent energy going on for you right now. Yeah, Eight of Cups, walking away from things that don't serve you. There was still some emotional wrap-ups that were going on with all of this, definitely. Um, Diving in deep within yourself and making sure of um, you're covering the areas that you need to be covering instead of letting things fester up on you. Okay. The other thing I want to throw in with this card is something's going to probably circle back around from this. And it's going to be like, oh, really? You just had to put that last sword in my back, didn't you? Well, I was going to, try to salvage friendship or salvage whatever out of this, whether you work together or whatever the situation is for you personally. And you're like, forget it. I'm not even going to do that now. You don't even deserve that much energy out of me. It's walking away, seeking your happiness with that Nine of Cups. This is what do you want to wish upon? This is contentment, being happy, achieving things, becoming successful. Again, the recognition. That Sun, this Nine of Pentacles, and this Nine of Cups all speak of being recognized by others for what you've been working on. Okay? It's also a wish fulfillment. I wished upon a star. I wanted this. I wanted this so badly. I thought it was exactly what I wanted. And it was that much more painful when it blew up. Right? Five of Swords, please. Five of Swords. And this is definitely you walking away. You're done with this. There's no coming back after that. You may have been dancing around this issue of, do I want to, try this again? Do I want to? This is the ending of that. If that's what's going on, if you guys are kind of tiptoeing around each other and going, do we want to try this again? Do we want to salvage this? We both put in all this effort. I think you were already leaning the other way. And this 10th sword comes in and it's finished and it's off. So now it's healing time. It's like, okay, I went through the battle. I went through the fight. It's time for me to heal. That star. It's beautiful. Wishing upon a star, right? Hope, inspiration, being positive, having faith, feeling renewed, right? Soaking in that water and just allowing things to be. Okay. Got the star. And she's reaching up longingly. Like, what do I want? As again, I think you're sorting where you want what you want your world to look like and how you want it to look. Right? Not necessarily like exact, but you're getting that general idea in your head now. You're planning, you're strategizing, you are figuring things out because it is a whole new beginning. So it makes me wonder if this was some kind of serious relationship that had been going on for a while because your world was intertwined with this person. All right, tell me about this Ace of Pentacles so I know which way to go with this. Ace of Pentacles, please. Solid, reliable offer. Okay, so it's saying be patient. Be patient. And the Hermit, introspection. It's time for healing, Aquarius. That's what this is all about. This is taking in a lot of knowledge, doing self-reflection, doing, this is somebody that doesn't mind walking out to the beat of their own drum. Doesn't have to follow the crowd. This Hermit is good, but it is withdrawal, solitude, you know, figuring out who and what you are now. Because you are going to be a different person than what you were when this started. Okay, you've learned things, you went through all this life, have all these memories, have all of this, experience together. There's going to be a period of mourning anytime we lose that kind of thing in our, we don't just mourn actual physical deaths. We mourn things that we thought were going to be around. such as a relationship. So that's where the healing comes in. Temperance is saying, though, as well, I have these cups and I am mixing them just right for you, right? Great alchemist. She is sitting in that river of water doing her healing, bringing about that faith again, building that strength back up, and saying, you know what, I'm doing my job. You do yours, Aquarius. When you're ready, I'll hand you this cup and it's going to be just right when I do because that's what I do. You don't worry about what I'm doing. You do your thing. You handle your business. And I believe you are. Like I said, I think that's why it had come out upside down because it's not time for this offer to come in, this solid, reliable offer yet. But it's coming. It's going to be in your future energies. Right now, you're supposed to be independent because you still have some healing work to do. This Empress, you're going to be out there celebrating as well. You're going to be turning some heads, Aquarius. Empress, please. Thank you. Chariot, victory, and the Empress. Yeah, you're going to be glowing, honey. Even if you are a man and you're in your Empress mode, there's nothing wrong with that. It is a gorgeous energy, right? It's all about an energy. It's being very sensual, very creative, very nurturing, allowing yourself to be who and what you are, right? Knowing your worth, knowing your value. People do not approach this Empress unless they approach her the right way or him the right way. Because it's like, if you're not for my greatest good, see ya. You know where the door is, right? Very confident. I At this point, it's like, you know, you know your worth. So you're not just going to accept any old person to join you to share into these love cups, which is good. Chariot is riding off into victory. It's very fast moving. People notice these emperors and empresses, though, because that positivity, that self confidence, that reliability involved with either one of these with either one of those, because we don't have an emperor showing. We didn't have any divine matches at all. We don't have any kings and queens sitting on this table, if you didn't notice, which is highly unusual for any of my readings. But this empress is the queen of all the queens, right? And for her to be, she's like, this is telling you, be good with who you are and what you are. You can do this on your own. Independent energy sitting right there. Remember that. You do not need another person. If you want one, that's fine. But knowing that you are self-confident and self-assured and self-reliant. Sorry, I was trying to think of the term. Enough to do this on your own. It's going to bring you to this victorious. It's going to uplift you that much more. Because that chariot's fast moving, right? And it's definitely a victory card. It is success, determination, and willpower. It speaks of self-discipline and being focused. All of that with this Empress. Double Empress, I might say. I might add. 3 cups. I think you're going to be out just doing your thing for a while. The Fool, taking on new adventures, zeroing out that energy, doing your healing work. This is beautiful. Ready to jump off that cliff. And 7 of Swords. That's that strategy and planning again. I know a lot of people bring this up as deceit, as lies, as whatever else. But you know what? I'm not in this case. This is the strategy and planning side of this card. This is, I'm going to hide these swords. I'm going to have them as my backup plan. Because no matter what goes on, I'm going to be okay. But you notice those 2 swords that are sitting behind her, right? Leaving them there so that you can come back and check on a situation later. Either that or somebody's planning on coming back and checking in on you later. When people realize what they lose and how important it was to them, truly, yeah, they tend to swing back around. Sometimes that's good and it gives more closure, and sometimes it's like, yeah, no. You'll know in your situation. Anything else Aquarius needs to hear, please? Thank you. Five of Wands, there's going to be conflict, competition. Of course there is. You're still in the middle of this. Eight of Wands, lots of communication back and forth. It's fast moving. This often for me is lack of communication card. And apparently not with this Eight of Swords. That's why I'm focusing on the other aspect of that situation. Because for me, it usually is people hitting each other upside the head with sticks. And there's very little communication. Everybody's talking, but nobody's on the same page. They're not listening to each other. Okay. So this is speaking of the other side of that, which is the competition, the conflict, um, aggression, tension, being being rivals or rivalries, egos clashing, that sort of thing, right? And with this Eight of Wands, it is all about, movement, progress, quick decisions, making changes, lots of fire, lots of passion. And I believe that's going to be wonderful energy for you to decide what direction you're going on with, because you don't mind. In this reading, you have enough self-confidence to know what you're capable of, right? You were already capable of things before this relationship ever came about. Now, whether you acknowledge that or not, it's a totally different issue. But anyway, in this reading, it is talking about you don't mind a little competition. You know what your capabilities are. And this is most likely dealing with the other aspects in your life, because I don't see you focusing on love at this point. So you're focusing on your pinnacles. You're focusing on which direction your life is going, what you want your world to look like, and how you're going to accomplish that. But there are going to be some conflicts involved. There always are, right? Anything in life worth having. Now, why was I told I needed this deck again? For the tower. Okay. Tell me about it. Tell me about this tower. Thank you. Knight of Swords. Yeah, that's some information coming in. And it caused you stress, and right. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know why, but I had already picked up on that. That this is, whatever this tower moment involves, it was information. Sudden and unexpected information. Okay. Fast moving, and it rocked your world, right? Caused you stress, contemplating over these obligations and responsibilities involved with this situation. It's also the, you know, feeling burned out, stress. Mm, definitely struggling. It's a very heavy load with this, right? Because this is, as again, it would not surprise me at all. You can let me know in the comments, but it would not surprise me at all if this is a marriage coming to an end or about to come to an end. If there cannot be a peaceful resolution met, and I feel like it was a betrayal, but that may vary person to person. Whatever it is, it ripped your heart out. All right. I'm going to get an oracle for y'all, and we will call this done. I am sorry you're going through this, Aquarius, but I think you're going to be fine. You may not feel so when you're listening to this, but listen to old Brandy over here. When I think I've surrendered, I surrender more, right? Sometimes when we think we hit rock bottom, all of a sudden there's a whole another basement, right? When I think I've surrendered, I surrender more. You're going to be doing a lot of self-reflection, a lot of introspection while all of this is going on, sorting who and what you are. All right, babies, that's what I've got for you today. I wish I could have gave you the news of, oh yeah, your soulmate is sitting right here on the edge of things, and yeah, I'm gonna tell you what the cards tell me, and it's that simple. I'm not gonna be the one to just BS you along. All right. Um, do your healing work. Sort your stuff. Remember who and what you are. All right. Until next time, be healthy, be happy, and make great choices for you. Ta ta.